kids, welcome to Art Club at the Strasburg-Heisler Public Library. Today we're going to celebrate Mother's Day, and to do that we have two different projects. Our first project is what we're calling a floral masterpiece for Mom. To make today's project, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a piece of cardboard. You're going to need a pencil. You'll need some acrylic paint and a paintbrush if you're going to do the project the way that I'm going to do it. You could also use marker or crayon or whatever other art materials you have at home. You're going to need a plastic bag. You're going to need some tape, and I'm using blue painter's tape just so that you can see it on the video. You may want to have an old frame. You'll need some paper towels, especially if you're going to use paint. And to make this project just a little bit special, you're going to need some fresh flowers also. To get started, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take our piece of cardboard, and heavier cardboard works better, but it's really up to you what you have. If it's the back of a cereal box, great. If it's the side of a cardboard box, great. This here is the back of an old sketch pad that I had, and you can see it's done double duty already. I painted on top of it, which if you've got a piece like that, that's wonderful. You've just added texture to your project today. What you're going to do with that cardboard is you're going to start by taking your pencil and drawing a vase. A vase is pretty easy to make, and if you look in Mom's cupboards, you'll probably find all kinds of different shaped vases. It could be like this right here. It could be tall, skinny. It could be fat at the top and small at the bottom. The big thing is just making sure that you start with an oval and then create your lines to make the vase that you want to. After you have the vase drawn on your cardboard, you're going to take your paint. You'll want to have a brush that you like, and you'll take your darkest colors first. That's a little trick for working with acrylic paint. You always want to start with your dark colors and build out, unlike watercolor paint where you start with your light colors and you go to dark instead. So you'll paint your background first, the color that you want. And then you'll come in and you'll paint your vase, and make sure that you have something at the bottom, like a table or something where your vase is sitting so it's not just floating in the air. Once you're done, it may look something like this. This is the one that I did ahead of time, using my dark colors coming in from the outside, and then where my pencil drawing was of my vase, then I painted it. And I started with my dark colors at the side, and I blended in my light colors. After you have this finished, you're going to want to put some holes above your vase. Now, that can be a little bit tricky. You may need some sharp scissors. To be quite honest, the way that I got my holes, I took a screw and a screwdriver, and I went down through. But you can do those pretty much any way, but you may need Mom and Dad's help to get there. Or if this is a gift for Mom for Mother's Day, make sure to ask Dad instead. Once you have your holes there, you can either be finished with this piece, or you can find an old frame. I found this old frame in my attic, and so my picture fits right inside. And I took some tape and made sure that it was secure inside. Once we have it all taped inside there, we're going to want to take our plastic bag and tape that to the back also. Now you may be wondering why. I didn't exactly tell you why you were putting holes above your vase. So that's the surprise in this project. And the plastic bag helps with that surprise. So let me get it taped down here, and then I will show you exactly why we put those holes and why we put the bag on the back. Okay, once it's in the frame, it looks something like this. Now, a vase is pretty, but it's 10 times better if it has flowers. And so that's why we have the fresh flowers in our project. If you give me just a minute, I'm going to show you what to do with these. Now that we're back, you can see that we have sitting up here on the easel our finished painted vase in its frame, and I've started to put flowers in the holes that are at the very top. To do this, because your holes are only so big, you want to take your flowers and strip off any extra leaves that may be around the edges so that you have a long stem that'll reach down in the back. And why do we want it to reach down in the back? We want it to reach down in the back because we have our plastic bag back here. And when the stem comes down, we're going to take a wet paper towel and we're going to wrap our stems in that paper towel so that our flowers stay alive a little bit longer. Let me show you how. So up here in the front, you can see there's one of my holes. And I put one of my flowers down in. And I have another hole over here. And I'm going to stick another flower in, just like that. Now, let me turn around. You can see my stems are hanging out here. I need to make sure that my stems make it in my bag. Not only will that wet paper towel help keep our flowers alive, but having it inside the bag will also keep our painting from getting all soggy on the front. Now that we have our flowers in our vase and we have it all framed, there's only one thing left to do. It's time to take your masterpiece and present it to Mom and say, Happy Mother's Day.